and hasn't even taken out like 5 Marines. So this is not looking good. He's finally engaging them. He thinks the numbers are small enough, and he does squash that force. But Nada's been macroing off of 3 or 4 barracks, or I think three. So he's going to have definitely a force large enough to defend his base, and he's also got a comfortable amount of turrets, building turrets everywhere, because he knows Yellow's the type of player who would camp over the production facilities and kill reinforcing Marines. So he's even building, even going as so far to build turrets there just to prevent harassment of any kind. He's well prepared for this, and Yellow's gonna have to switch up his tactics. Just engaging. This is really stupid. He's just sitting over three, uh, 3 missile turrets, and meanwhile the medic marines come in and deal even more damage to the Mulus. He just lost a huge amount of Mulus there, and all he took out was 2 missile turrets, which isn't worth it at all. And again, engaging in totally the wrong places. If you see turrets and medic marines in the same place, that's probably not where you want to engage. But Yellow is doing so anyway. Usually, you want to try to maybe avoid the medic marine forces, but Yellow's just plunging himself headlong into it, and they're losing another Mutalisk, and all the Mutalisk must be pretty softened up by now. Meanwhile, Nada's tech is still a little delayed. If this was a 3 racks instead of a 2 rack, I'm sorry, a three hatchery spire instead of a 2 hatchery spire, we'd probably see science vessels coming up soon, but it's still a long ways away from that. So Yellow's definitely got a comfortable margin to try to attack with Mulison, but he's just not doing the damage that he needs to. And I think Nod is taking a decisive, superior advantage in this game, especially because Yellow doesn't have any sunken colonies at his front door. He was counting on Mutalisk and Zerglings to hold off that medic breed force completely.
I think at this point we're reaching the stage in the game where Yellow hasn't taken another base, hasn't really done any more teching, so this is all in at this point for Yellow. He just has to do critical damage with these Mutalisks, and it just doesn't look like he's able to. His swoops are kind of lackluster. He's had several swoops that I've seen where he hasn't even gotten shots off, just some poor micro, and he's losing Mutalisks here left and right. I think I just counted another 3 going down there in the last few swoops, and yeah, he's just not going to be able to hold up here. It's going to be a slow death for him, especially if Science Vessels come out. There's just nothing he's going to be able to do. He has a nice cloud of Mutalisks. It looks impressive, but I'm sure all of them are softened up. And yeah, it's just not going to hold up in the long term as they can't go to economic harass. Too many turrets around, and even though this medic marine ball is woefully thin, surprisingly enough, Nada has not macroed up a larger medic marine force, and here we're getting some more medics out. But there's a ton of medics. I don't know about you, but I think this might actually be a little too many medics. It looks like he's got almost as many medics as he does marines, and that's a little bit little over the top. But I just don't think it's gonna matter. I just can't see Yellow finding a way to win this because this is unless somehow he can do some glorious micro and find a way to bring in some Zerglings, and we see a couple Zerglings coming out right now, but it's just not going to be enough, I don't think. He is going to come in here, going to take out this group of medic and marine forces that he's going to that's out here for Nada, but like he can't continuously produce this number of mutals that he needs, and the science vessels are going to be out real soon. And once they do, they come out, it's pretty much going to be game for him. He's going to be able to pick off this tank that Nada produced for some reason, but been trying to take control of the production facilities, but more mules going down as they hover over missile turrets. And I feel like Yellow needs to go and take back a rudimentary class on how maybe Yosh can teach him on how to play on how to play TVZ or ZVT and not hover your Mutalisk over medic marines and turrets, because that was just really ugly to see there.
Yeah, definitely terrible for Yellow, and he's on the verge of GGing. He doesn't even have a Hydralisk den up that I've seen. Picking off that tank delays the push a little bit, but the first Science Vessel's out, and the first Irradiate's going to come out really soon. I don't even know if these mules are ready. There's the Science Vessel. Where's the Irradiate? Oh, Oh, I guess it doesn't have enough energy yet, or perhaps it's not done upgrading. But it's gonna come out really soon. He's got Scourge out to if he could Scourge the first vessel, that'll buy him just a little bit more time. But he hasn't gotten a third base up. He hasn't gotten Lurkers up. He's not gonna win with all in Muta when your opponent's at this level of attack. You need to do a lot more damage than he's done. So he did take out that first vessel, which really does help him. But look at that cloud of mules. He's got like 3 left in there. That's terrible. He couldn't even engage like 5 Marines. Oh, and on the why Nada has so many medics. Nada's always been known as, a ladies' man and a womanizer, and so that type of play doesn't surprise me. He just likes the ladies. But right now, Nada's pushing out, and there's nothing Yellow can do about it. His force of Mutalisk is like looks like 6 or 7 Mutalisk, like barely enough. And of course, Nada would like a tank, but really the tank's only necessary for taking out the sunken colony really easily. Oh, Yellow splits out the mules perfectly and then puts it back into his stack. That sucks. And he GG's after he loses all of his mules. He split it out and then he put it right back in. That's like the worst mistake I've ever seen. So Yellow committing entirely to Mutalisk and his Mutamicro isn't even that good, and Nada easily takes that win. Yellow didn't even have sunken colonies up for him. Just terrible play by Yellow. Hopefully, game two we'll see much better play.
Yeah, I hope so. That was pretty unfortunate. Yeah, I love the splitting off of the Mutalisk, and then here, let's just regroup it again and hover through our Mutalisk once again. Wow, that was unfortunate. So Nada pretty much dominating this game, taking game one. We're gonna go over to game two in just a few moments. I hope I'll be able to keep Vorosh on for the whole series, but we'll see what goes on. See you guys all
I
in
sort of
second.
sound like I'm dying. Maybe take a decongestant.